Hi, it's Laura Coleman with ClubSport Oregon here on a lovely tropical evening in Portland. So I want to talk to you a little bit about foam rolling. What we have here are the club's latest acquisition, the swing back rollers. The yellow roller is the softest, the orange roller is the second softest, or the medium softness, and if your club has a lime green one, then those are the most dense. So they have three major features. They have these raised end discs. They have this cutout called the bone zone in the middle, and it has the pressure nodes. So here's one thing to know about trying to get muscles in your upper back to release. So this is your first official exercise. The first thing you want to notice is that when you move your head onto one of these pressure nodes, you want to find a tight spot, and there you want to stay. Let's assume you're kind of cooling down at the end of your workout, and you're trying to get your upper back to release. So find, with the pressure node, a tight spot in your neck, and then stay there, and stay there, and stay there for a minute and a half. The thing to know about the trapezius muscle specifically is that it only responds to compression, meaning that it will only release if you apply pressure and you hold that pressure. Don't ever let anybody press and release and press and release and press and release your upper back in particular, because it will just go and lock back down on you. Okay, so a minute and a half is something a physical therapist told me a long time ago, to not just release the muscle, but start to reset the whole neuromuscular system. Okay, so these are our new cool foam rollers. I just wanted to help sort of explain them to everyone. Okay, so that's our swing back rollers. Next is our trigger point rollers. These are hollow in the middle. They work great for three reasons. They designed it where the square section is supposed to mimic the palm of a hand. The long section is supposed to mimic a finger, and then the square pointy, the little square sections are supposed to be the end of a fingertip. So they're trigger point rollers. They're supposed to help you roll out various and sundry parts of your body. So in this case, I am rolling out my lat muscle, the muscle that attaches to the back of your arm and then covers the lower 2/3 of your back. So dig around in there and see if you can find some tight spots. Now, if you're going to warm up, you want to do it fast. If you're cooling down, again, find that tight spot. If you have the luxury of a minute and a half, hang out there for a minute and a half. And you can use the trigger point, you can use the swing back, you can use the normal dark gray rollers. Any of those will work like a charm. Okay, now, let's say you can't tolerate the thought of using any of these things. All of them hurt, and hurt, and hurt, and hurt a lot. Here's something that maybe you hadn't thought of. How about going to your pantry, pull out your rolling pin, and very gently start to break loose that fascia. So fascia is that, let's say you were, let's hope you're not vegetarian, but let's say you had some raw chicken, and you were going to pull the chicken skin off the chicken. That white fibery stuff that attaches the chicken skin to the chicken breast itself is the fascia. All of our muscles are encased in fascia, and they also wrap the organs, they also infuse the bones. Fascia is everywhere on the inside of your body. And there's a lot of research coming out on fascia now, and what they're finding is that it has a lot of elastic potential. So one of the things that you want to do is try and get to the fascia that you can get to, that the fascia will actually touch, by using a rolling pin, by using a roller, or one of the swing back rollers, or one of the other rollers. But again, if you hadn't thought of it, try a rolling pin. So, exercise number 1, release those traps using these new fun swing back rollers. Exercise number 2, release those lats and dig into those pecs all the way around the whole shoulder girdle to help release tension in there, maybe with one of the smaller trigger point rollers. And if you can't fathom the thought, or rolling is so painful, get out your rolling pin and give that a whirl. Okay, that is your August fitness tip of the month, coming here from the beautiful Portland, Oregon, ClubSport Oregon. And we will look forward to seeing you next month for the LSI sponsored fitness tip. And there's your comic relief from my younger daughter running and jumping in the lake. Okay, thanks very much. Laura Coleman with ClubSport Oregon. Bye-bye.